It is. It is Thursday, and it is also an hour early. We are on at 7 tonight.
Are y'all?
I
It's
can
an hour
confirm one of
early
us
and a
is.
day late.
Yes.
Day
Armchair was
day
out
late,
doing
hour.
galas and shit.
Yeah, I had a work function.
It's way too
Unfortunately, that I
fancy
had.
for me. If I was, I like
Um,
walked by. If I walked by a gala, they would be like eyeing me up the whole time. Like, you better not
business
turn right
armchair.
in here.
Business armchair is different than this armchair. A corporate armchair's got a whole thing to do. I got to schmooze
Were
and
you
deal with
suited up?
clients and stuff. I had a jacket on, shirt, no tie. Uh, I got uh, I got nice shoes. I got like I
I
got
think
good
I've
boots.
worn. I think I've worn a suit 2 times in my life.
Worn lots of
Maybe
suits.
once.
I used to work in a hotel at the front desk, so you had to wear a suit there. Wasn't wearing their uniform. It
I
was
guess
boys can wear
twice. Twice. Definitely twice.
suits. Yeah. Worn suits. I've worn tux. I mean, I played in symphony, so like I had to wear a tuxedo before. So
Hoodie and
shit's
sweatpants.
fancy. I'm just fancy as fuck. So you need to learn.
Pinky
Welcome
out.
in, Great North Sports. Day late, hour early, but we wanted to get it in because, of course, next week
First of two shows for me tonight.
is the first of two show. Stay tuned for Half Ounce Half Hour
Yep, over
right
on my
after this one.
channels.
I am, as you probably know by now, going to be in the middle of traveling, or at the end of traveling, I hope. I'm going to be en route to Green Bay. I leave Wednesday at like, my first flight leaves at like 6 a.m. Just miserable. Then I have like a billion hour layover in the Motor City.
Also
And then I get,
miserable.
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna
Don't
find
get
some,
stabbed.
I'm gonna find some pizza. I'm
Do
in the
not
airport.
wear
Just,
your say perhaps to drug shirt. You're gonna draw the wrong type of attention. Let's
I won't wear
keep
that. I don't wear that
keep
in
that
there.
one packed away.
We keep that one in Canada. We're a lot more free with that stuff up here. Welch was telling the goodies to the boys on the main show. You got to get your stuff before you get into Greenless Bay. So got to make sure you take care of it. Got to take care of that stuff. Can we meme Blue Origin, please? Yeah, we could definitely meme Blue Origin. Listen, we're gonna have to do some kiss in the dirt. Um, yeah, God, I hate the Blue Origin. I hate everything about that. I hate so much of it.
It's pretty fucking ridiculous. I believe in space travel way less. I mean, like I've always kind of been like, "Are we sure we did it?" It looks fake, and then that whole fucking it looked like CGI. It looked like bad CGI. The video of Bezos going to unlock the door, and they open it before he unlocks it, and then he makes this big to do about unlocking it like 15 minutes later. It's like, what are we doing? This looks like you fucked this up.
That is
I'm
just
out.
Bezos
I'm
trying
out
to
on
do
it.
it.
Space is
I
stupid.
mean,
Let's stay away from it.
who's someone you would want? Like, listen, I'm all if you're going to tell me that billionaires are going to get in an untested craft and either go deep in the ocean or up into space,
Let's say I've
in
seen this movie
hundred
before.
thousand percent in. Can I pick the billionaires we're sending? Can we choose who we're sending and what to do with their estates when they do not return? Because I am totally fine with that.
Used
We'd
the
send
tool
up all
to
the
unlock it, but it was clearly already unlocked. That's the video I saw. That thing that they were unlocked. They're like, "Can we come out now, Dad?" And he's like, "No, stay the fuck in the tube."
wait, wait your turn. Katy Perry said that she feels like super close to love or whatever, connected to love, whatever that means. I hate
How many
everything.
times has she been divorced?
Gail King has said that she's tired of people calling her voyage to space just a quick ride. Which, when you think about it like that, it absolutely was just like there are roller coasters that are longer than 11 minutes. My favorite meme was the Domino's pizza. How many pizzas did we cook while Katy Perry was in space? It's two.
Two. We
It's two
cooked two
pizzas.
pizzas. One's halfway to you right now.
It's it's on the way. Not
I
Toothy. That would have been way better.
way
Remember,
better.
speaking, Remember when, like, you know who I need if we're gonna
That's the
send
best
people to
time to
space,
do it, I think.
I need Michael Bublé microdosing mushrooms again because he was a rip at the All Star break.
If you're
Yeah,
on
and like the
mushrooms,
last
there's like a 60% chance you're gonna start talking about space. So we might as well just, if you're up there,
just
just give
let's
it to
do it.
them. It's research purposes, right?
Kind of space travel I can get behind.
Yeah, they're
We'll
like,
just
all
send
right,
people
and
up.
you do like an audio log. You're like minute 30 of ingestion.
It's actually been like 6 minutes, and you're like, all right, it's been 3 days since I've been in
It feels like Katy
space.
Perry's been singing Firework for 3 days.
I don't understand why she went at all.
If
Like I
she
looked at the list
ever,
of
if
people.
there's ever like a graphic that says Katy Perry astronaut, I quit. I'm done. I'm done with
Out,
everything. It's
out of there. We have some NFL draft kind of chitter chatter. The boys covered it pretty well. Jeremy and Tank have been. I mean, Jeremy's been all over this for months, obviously. But we just want to give you your kind of nightly recap. I don't know if you saw this, but I think Cam Ward is a Tennessee Titan. Either that, or, or he's real familiar with.
something about Traylon Burks and Tajay Spears.
Hey, hey,
I don't know.
hey, Cam, who's your favorite running back in the league? It's definitely Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard. Really, not Saquon? Not Derrick Henry? None of those guys? It's Tajay Spears is the name
The
that
second
that's the
string
second
running back.
the second
Name
name
number
you take
2.
up.
He's the second best running back in the league. Cam Ward.
I'll give you. I'll allow you to say Tony Pollard is your favorite. Sure, at least he's a starting running back.
I've been
Your
trying
second
to.
favorite running back in the league is Tajay Spears.
I mean, he won me a fuck ton of money on a first touchdown bet this year, so shout out Tajay Spears.
I mean,
but
uh,
putting him in a list of running backs it should start and end with the list I just gave you.
I don't know if Tennessee Titan fans' favorite running backs include Tajay Spears.
Doubt it. I would doubt it.
Sincerely doubt it. Sincerely doubt it. Would wager opposite.
I would till now. I've been holding out on my Abdul Carter first overall bet that I placed that you gave me,
Yep. Yeah.
and
At the combine, that was the call.
it was. I was all for it. He was the favorite at the time, but all the Cam Ward to the Titans smoke, I've just been ignoring. This is evidence that I can't ignore. This is the aha. You're like, all right.
Hey,
I guess he's a
Cam,
Tennessee Titan.
Who's your favorite wide
Treylon
receiver
Burks,
in the
he said. Calvin Ridley and
Calvin
Treylon
Ridley
Burks.
league? Calvin Ridley was one, and then he was like Chase, and then he said someone else, and then he said Treylon Burks. Treylon Burks. I don't know if Titan fans know Treylon Burks is still on the roster.
He's
You could have got me with
the
if
favorite
you
receiver
talk-
of every corner in the AFC South. Like,
you
I
would-
got
if you would
Treylon
hit me
Burks
with
today.
Nick Westbrook Akina, I could have like at least gotten behind that as your like, like sleeper wide receiver who you like. But yeah, just out
Yeah,
here saying
true.
tighten
Welch.
up.
That's actually a good call. They're saying Derrick Henry before Tajay Spears and Tony Pollard. There's no doubt in my mind.
Who's your favorite running back? The guy we let go. We were stupid. That was a dumb idea. Who's your favorite wide receiver? Also the guy we let go. His name is AJ Brown. I don't know why we did that. That was a bad idea.
Who's your favorite coach? The one we let go. That's now in New England.
Yeah, everything is none of it is good. It's
It's
bad
all
for Titan
gone.
fans. Yeah. Cam Ward looks like the one, and then Jeremy is mocking Carter 2, which would mean that Cleveland is going to win games.
That's the
like,
best
6
end combo in the NFL. That's the
6 to
best
3
pass
split
rushing
here.
duo.
Bet the under on every Cleveland game ever if
Yep.
that's what's happening.
Yep.
They are not scoring points. No one's scoring
Also,
points.
they may combine for 50 sacks.
Yes. Yeah, it might be like the most sacks in the NFL in NFL history.
They might be 1 and 2 in the league because they're just both coming off the edge.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
And
lining Garrett up all over the line too.
it kind of looks like the Patriots are not going to be able to land Hunter.
Again, I've
I'm
reserved
okay with-
myself to Will Campbell like a month and a half
You're-
ago.
I'm happy with Will Campbell though. I think
Felt like
we
a
would
month
both
and a
be happy with Will Campbell.
The second we signed Carlton Davis, I was like, "Yep, that's Will Campbell." That's gonna
Yeah.
be Will Campbell.
So super content with that if that's what happens. I will be on Radio Row waiting for it to happen.
Jealous.
We'll see. we'll see what happens. I may have to rush the stage and tackle the commissioner if he says something stupid like Teteroa McMillan. I'd be real mad if it was Ted.
Getting
How do
suspended
you
from
feel?
all NFL events in your first
Yeah,
your first appearance at the draft is a legendary
yeah,
story.
yeah.
You should have
How would you
tackled him
feel if it was Ted McMillan? How would you feel if it was our
at
at four?
4. Meh.
Yeah,
I'll live with it because it's a receiver, and God, do we need those? I mean, I said this in the Sportsocracy chat the other day. I'm content with the Patriots receivers, Diggs, Douglas, Booty. We got Bourne still on the roster. Like, I'm
Kendrick
fine
Bourne. Everybody's
for a
out on
year.
Kendrick Bourne, forgetting that he is literally in the second year of his recovery, which is when you're supposed to like actually turn it around. That first year of recovery is never good. Goodness, goodness. I think that it'll
Wait
be
for you
fine.
to
I
see
think
that.
it'll be fine. I don't want him. I was looking at some chatter of if the Patriots have the opportunity to move back,
I just don't
so
think
that
it's gonna be
the
there.
Saints could come up, and I saw the offer was 9 and 40, and someone said that's not nearly enough. And then I went and I looked at the draft pick compensation chart, which tells you every draft pick has a
It's
value
more
assigned
than
to it.
enough.
So it's actually 50 points in the Patriots' favor if it
Yeah.
were just those two picks. So it's actually better.
But
It would
why are
we
the
would have
Saints doing that for a quarterback? They're gonna pay another top 10 quarterback to go along with Derek Carr, who might not play football this season.
yeah. The thought was they could trade up to get Shador.
Yuck.
That's a big yuck.
Derek Carr and Shador Sanders with a hint of Spencer Rattler as your QB room. Holy fucking puke.
Might as well have Ian Book in there. Just toss Ian Book
I could
and
drink
Jarrett
antifreeze
Stidham.
and be less sick than that would make me as a Saints fan. That's
Where's
fucking
where's
crazy.
the Jarrett Stidham quarterback room? Where's that one?
There's a
We
legit
need some of that.
conversation if that like is that worse than the Browns QB room? The Browns have Flacco at least. Like
Yeah, it is worse because Joe Flacco can at least sort of play football still.
yeah.
Like at least understands the basics of football, like the fundamentals. May not be pretty, and he is
Ugh.
absolutely 40 years old. Like every bit of 40 plus that he's pushing.
I'm
Uh,
chilling with Drake May, and like I said, I'm good with the receiving core. I'll take Will Campbell. If we trade down, sick. I'd love a trade down. I just don't think it's gonna be there. Maybe if
yeah,
Shador doesn't go top 3, somebody will fuck up and trade up for him, but he's gonna fall regardless if he doesn't go top 3.
I think he still goes to the Giants. I think the
I do
Giants
too.
take
I think
Hunter.
it's smoke. Oh, you think he gets both?
Yeah, I do.
Hmm. That'll be fun. The two newest retired jerseys at the
And then they,
University of Colorado, which was absolutely fucking ridiculous.
yeah, Welch saying Michael Williams is linked to the Saints at 9, and Saints fans hate it. So I'm curious to see. I think the biggest wild card in this draft right now is that, and Daniel Jeremiah said this about 2 months ago, is that the price to move off of a pick is not going to be what it was in a quarterback heavy draft class. That's like this was last year. That price for 4 would be a lot higher, but it's not. You're
You're
not
not
going to pay a
trading up for
premium.
Bryce Young or CJ Stroud. You're not trading
You're
up
not
for
trading
Caleb
up for
Williams or Drake May or Jaden
Drake
Daniels.
May or Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix or JJ McCarthy, who all would be better than anyone in this class. So it's,
You're trading up for Matt Corral.
Saints are the Saints looking for a QB? The Saints should be looking for a QB,
They
yeah.
should be. They should be looking for the cheapest, best quarterback they could possibly find. Anybody with an
I
arm.
want yeah, Shuck should go higher than he will. He's who I'm interested to see where he
What up,
lands.
Mike? Appreciate people
So
tuning
yeah,
in.
always appreciate it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm fucking sick if I'm the Saints. I'm good. I'm good with Michael Williams. I'm good with fucking Derek Carr or any of those people being my starting quarterback. I'm out. I'll pass.
so next week, obviously, I'm out. You're riding. Are you riding solo or are you doing it with a co-host?
Undecided. Probably
TBD.
solo. Yeah.
So we got a little solo
Maybe Mark.
dubs.
I'm gonna put him on the spot in the half outs.
we'll
First
see if
question
Marky
off
Mark
the half ounce is, hey,
will
what
you
are
do
doing
Great North
Wednesday?
on Wednesday? So if Mark will do it, then that'd be great. But make sure we
If
tune in
not, you
on
guys
Wednesday.
get to listen to me fucking rant. I'm gonna go
I
the
love
whole
it.
hour.
Get cooked and just talk about why, I don't know, some
No,
third
it's gonna be
line.
an hour of me bitching about the Red Sox.
Talk.
It's gonna sound like the ravings of a madman. It's gonna be like 10 minutes of we're back, we're gonna win 95 games, and then 15 minutes of why can't we hit? I just don't get it.
Yeah.
5 stages of
Yeah.
grief.
It's going to be a fun show to clip for sure. And then I'll likely have some content from the draft on the channel later on in the week. Obviously, I'm going to be there with Jeremy and Tank, and uh, Cowboy Zach will be there as well.
Let's go.
It'll be a good
What
time.
a squad.
Yeah, squatted up. I believe Mr. Welch will be present. I don't know if he's on Radio Row, but he is certainly in the vicinity.
Let's
So
go, Welch.
we'll get to link up. Get to link up for sure.
You get
Let's
to
move on to
thank him in
some.
person for his his contributions to the show last week and your
Yeah,
Twitter.
definitely. Let's move on to a little bit of puck, just a little bit.
Do we have to?
I know you're. Yeah, well, we kind of do.
The Bruins
I
had
don't know
to
if you know
post a fucking apology, a public apology to the fans on Twitter the other day. Oh, what a bad look. Like, I know they always do their end of year like wrap up message. This one was so sad and depressing. They were just like, yeah, we didn't fire anybody. We're gonna do this again. We believe in their vision, while all the fans are just gouging their eyes out. Like, that's the vision. My vision is blood red.
Mrs. Armchair is a Bees fan, and she gave me her Char jersey to hang up in here just for you, so that we can have it.
That's a
hung in
time
the
that the Bruins made me happy.
Yeah, it was. That's why I put it up. It's Chara. It's Big Z. It's a
Yeah.
good time.
We're far from those days. We have Big Z right now. We're paying him $7.5 million to be a fucking putz.
Well, not everybody can be. Listen, every team has a Dion Phaneuf on the Maple Leafs. Every team will do that once in their life.
He starts the season out.
It was Mike Komisarek for the Habs. It was Dion Phaneuf for the Leafs, and right now you've got Nikita Zadorov, who is just an absolute pylon and can't figure out what to do. I hope he figures it out because he's a good player.
He's a
but
fucking cash grab, is what he is.
It was not a great season for him. Only upwards from here, buddy. Hey, could be worse. Could be the Detroit Red Wings. Watching the Montreal Canadiens and Ottawa Senators pass their rebuild like 3 years ahead of them. Where has their rebuild gone? What happened there?
It's the Easer plan.
I'm going to tell you, so if you're Buffalo, if you're Detroit, you've got to look at this and go,
I don't
what
like either of those places.
What happened? If you're those teams, you got to ask yourself a lot of questions, because Ottawa went into a rebuild 4 or 5 years ago. They've kind of been on this run for a while, but they kind of sold off some of their expensive guys, and then they said, you know what, we're gonna restock the cupboards and draft some guys. Stutzel's been there. They've kind of been building, and now they're finally on the mountain. They're in the playoffs. Montreal bottomed out 2 years in a row. They were second worst last year, and they are the last wild card. Clinched last night. Almost didn't make it. Made me sweat it, that's for sure. Made me sweat it out, but still got in. Still got in. You made us dark.
I know. I don't know what the fuck happened. I had to go back to Discord. I was like, no, I was answering Jim in the chat. I didn't even have to like close my window. I saw it go black on my OBS. I was like, oh no.
Amazing.
You saw my face
Hopefully
when it came back. I was shocked.
Yeah. Montreal is in. Did make me sweat. Didn't have to make me sweat, but they decided to do it anyway.
3 losses in a row, and you just need one to win.
But the losses were not like big blowout, like disgusting losses either. Like,
no, but they were enough to make you question.
The one against the Leafs was a little heartbreaking because you got to overtime and you're like, all right, it's nothing. Like we're in it. No one's doing anything. What do we do here? And Suzuki broke through, and I forget who was the defender, like broke his ankles. He went down to his knees, and Suzuki just couldn't get the shot off the way that he wanted, and then it turned around. And as soon as it didn't go in, I knew it was going the other way. That's how overtime goes. If you miss your chance, you
Especially
better
the 3-on-3.
there. It's so hard. So they couldn't close, and then they finally did. And I know people are going to look at that and they're going to say Washington is going to dog walk them.
Nope.
I don't know about that. Washington
Who's
won.
getting dog walked is the Devils.
2 out of the 3 games the Habs and Caps play. Let's get into some playoff prediction. We'll start with my guys so I can get them
start
out
with
of the
the
way.
Canadians.
2 out of the 3 games the Habs played the Caps, the Capitals won. Those games happened before the Four Nations, when Montreal had a 2% chance of making the playoffs. 2%. This is a way different team than it was then. After Four Nations, they've been significantly better, and I think that the Capitals have a bit of the chasing great chase hangover. They've not been great. They've not been phenomenal. You know what I mean? Like, they've not been the best that they could have been. Ovi's still electric. There's some days off here, so who knows what happens. But I don't think that this is as
just kind of coast and try shit out.
I don't think that this is as uneven as a series as everyone thinks it is. I think that it will be a hard-fought series. I think it goes 6.
This is a much closer 1-8 matchup than you would normally see.
I think the East is incredibly open. There is not a single team in the East that I look at and go, that is for sure the champion.
No. I think most of the first-round matchups alone can go either way. The only one that I'm pretty certain on is the Devils. They're going to lose. They've been like the 28th ranked team in hockey since January.
I'm going to go full homer, and I'm going to go Habs in 6. Acknowledging that it is
Caps in
homer
6.
Pick.
But they're all going to be close. Maybe 2 OT games in there.
Caps in 6 is an appropriate pick. And real, and not at all biased, and mine is 1,000% biased.
You're drinking
if I was
the
doing
Demidov punch.
I mean, God, he was electric, man. He's so much fun to watch.
Ivan Demidov of Demsdale Demidov.
He was Demidov dangling. So, I think that so Devils Hurricanes. You want to go there?
Yeah, Hurricanes are going to mop them.
Yeah.
Rantanen or not, Nicias or not.
Carolina hasn't looked great. They have not looked great. So, no. I mean, we'll see. They've been resting guys, I know. They kind of gifted us an AHL squad
Jack
to play
Hughes.
against.
Dougie Hamilton.
That makes a difference. Makes a difference. You think it's going to be like a sweep, though? You predicting sweep here?
5 games. I'll give them 1.
I'll say 6 because something will happen. Carolina never gets out of their own way.
I don't think they will the rest of the way, but they got handed the Devils.
Yeah, it's the easiest matchup, I think, to predict of the first round.
Yeah, agreed.
The Battle of Ontario. Toronto versus Ottawa.
Bro,
I don't think people understand. I don't know. You keep touching things. Stop touching things.
Apparently, dude. All right, go back again.
Battle of Ontario is Toronto and Ottawa, and I don't think people understand how much these two teams hate each other. And I don't just mean from a hockey perspective. I mean from like two cities that just hate each other. I want you to think like Mets Yankees. Like it's really like Subway Series-esque in a lot of ways. It's Rangers Islanders. If I can use an American example, it is that close. They are not far from each other regionally. Ottawa's the capital of Canada, and it's a bunch of government buildings, and it's, they're not really a huge metropolitan city. They're big. It's pretty
Senators
big. Toronto,
may be the most boring sports name out there.
Yes, it may also be the most boring.
Maybe that's what
arena.
I come with at next week if I'm solo. I'll have the worst sports names, worst franchise names.
I think Ottawa wins that series. I think Brady Tkachuk is a difference maker.
I want to say Toronto for the fact that I don't know if that young core of the Senators is ready for the bright lights, but are the Maple Leafs ever ready for the bright lights? They fold in the most dramatic ways possible every time they get to the playoffs.
Linus Ullmark.
Yeah, that's true. That's my guy.
That's the goalie, man. That's who you're facing. That's who Toronto is facing. Another Bruin come back to haunt them in their
There's
memories.
something about the Kachucks in the playoffs too.
Real good, man. He's a big boy. Like Brady's not he's not afraid to mix it up. We saw it in the Four Nations. He was ready to drop him. He's a physical player. Toronto doesn't have
They have
physicality like
knives,
Ottawa.
and they did get bigger at the deadline and whatnot with their defensemen.
Sure, a little bit, a little bit. Is it big enough? Is it big enough?
Um,
Florida's the prototype, and if you think that Toronto is in the same breath as them, like that's where they are. I don't think they win. I don't think they win the series. I think Ottawa takes it. I'm giving them 7 games.
if it goes 7, it's going to be the Senators. I think it's Maple Leafs in 6.
The Battle of Florida is our last one in the Eastern Conference. We've seen this play out
Lightning.
far too often.
Fuck the Panthers.
It's a coin flip for me.
It really is. I want to know what are the odds on this? What's the series winner at? I like that Jim is a line guy. He's got them all.
Got it.
He's usually pretty quick on them. I'm just like, what's the line on that?
I'm curious because I think that it's a coin flip. If Vasilevsky shows up, it's Tampa. If Bobrovsky shows up, it's Florida. Also, they've been resting guys. Like Florida has not been fully healthy.
Guardians and Commanders are both good shouts from Welch and Jim in the chat for bad franchise names.
Yeah.
I was thinking Jazz too. I'm just not psyched on the Jazz. If they were in New Orleans where they're supposed to be and not Utah, maybe we'd feel different. But
Jim does bring out Ottawa Red Blacks is a bad name.
oh, CFL.
Yeah.
What is their logo?
We don't count this. It's just like a red and black thing. It's gross.
I was picturing a red square and a black square. Red Blacks, you could do a cool logo, like a hand of cards, like all aces, red. You get 2 red suits, 2 black suits. That could go hard. Red Blacks is still a shit name, but I could at least pull a decent logo out of it. I think we lost Armchair. Oh yeah, there's our buff. There he's back.
Every time. Once a show. Yeah, we're still waiting on the Utah Hockey Club. Red Black's logo is, I'm pretty sure, just an R. Like it's just an R in a circle.
Yeah, that's boring. The one I proposed is better.
Of course.
Yeah, Florida Tampa. What's that line at? Toss up. That's what I thought.
Yeah. It's a coin flip. If the Panthers are healthy, I think the Panthers can win it. If not, it's Vasi.
I'm picking the Lightning out of spite because it's a coin flip.
That's fine. All right. I'm on the Panthers.
I won't be betting that series.
There's a coin flip.
I know that. I'm good.
No. In the West, we have clearly better team. I think the Cup winners out of the West this year.
I do too.
I don't know which one of these it is.
I think that two of them are going to cannibalize each other pretty quickly here, though.
Yeah, I have 3 teams that I think are legit contenders for the final prize.
I think 4, but 2 of them are playing in the
Jets.
first round.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's 3. So I have the Jets over the Blues.
Yep.
As long as Hellebuck shows up.
Has
a potential case for he has a case for MVP.
Yeah,
I'm worried about that because they lost to Colorado because of Hellebuck. You could give up like 5 goals in the first period of the
like
first
that
game.
Right before.
I know.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, last year playoff jitters.
I like the Jets.
I like the Jets too. I have them going quite deep.
I gave them out. Like, fucking, it was my stars pick for last year. I gave them out like December.
I know. And then I also think that the Oilers are still in it. Nobody's talking about Edmonton at all.
They get to walk through the Kings again in the fucking first round, just like they did last year.
Edmonton gets the Kings in the first round, and I think everybody forgot that they were there.
They can't keep doing this.
Someone asked on our version of ESPN called TSN up here if Connor McDavid has pressure on him, and he said, no, Connor McDavid had 40 points in the playoffs last year. Connor McDavid is fine. He will show up. Skinner has, like you need to have goaltending. Your goalie's got to show up, but otherwise they're fine. McDavid will be fine. The team will be fine. They get through LA, and then it's a bit of a walk. And then the other team that I have is the winner of Colorado and Dallas. That's who I think is going to win. One of those three teams will win the cup.
I agree.
Whoever comes out of that Colorado or Dallas series has got a tough game. They'll play the Jets, so they'll obviously one of those teams will be in the Western Conference Final, either Winnipeg, Dallas, or Colorado. I don't think
if I
St.
have
Louis
to pick one from the East, like I can't even do it. Like
no, because you have no faith.
Like
you have no faith in the Maple Leafs, who should be the one that everybody is going after. Everybody should be looking at this and going, on pure talent, the Maple Leafs have the best constructed roster.
But I've seen this song and dance 1,000 times.
We've all seen it. That's the problem. We've seen it. We know what happens.
Simpsons did it.
Stolarz was fine. Joseph Woll is fine. Their defense is good enough, and they've got legit scoring threats in Nylander, Matthews, and Marner. And none of them show up in the playoffs except for Nylander. He's the only guy that shows up in the playoffs ever. And then Morgan Riley peppers in a couple of points, and then they get moved on. So you can't pick Toronto because they haven't shown you any faith. I'm not picking Ottawa. It's their first time there in 100 years. Montreal and Washington are like, Washington is not the best one seed we've seen. It's probably the worst one seed we've seen in a while in terms of overall roster construction. It's Ovechkin and or bust.
They just win, though.
They do. How long does that play, though?
They've been dominant the whole year. It's wild because we talked all last season about how they're fucked. I think when we did the top 5 like dead franchises for hockey last year, they were like 3 or something.
They were there.
They were up there. It's crazy how they've turned it around with really.
I have
not much
no faith turnover. I have no faith in the Hurricanes, no faith in the Devils, and the Habs
are way less faith in the Hurricanes than I do.
Only because they do the same thing that Toronto does.
Yeah. You're right. If Toronto didn't exist, they would be the Hurricanes.
Let's be honest. Like, how often has Carolina had the best constructed roster and not been able to close out? They run into like the Islanders and lose out. Like, it's dumb. They find dumb ways to get eliminated from the playoffs every year. I have no faith in the East. None.
No, I don't either. Back to the West. 2 things in the chat. Jim asks, why is Edmonton favored when the Kings have home ice and good at home? Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. We literally did this series last year. What do the Kings have that the Oilers don't? Like, I'll wait. They don't give up goals. Sweet. Yeah. I'm good. Edmonton minus 135. I'll take it. Sign me up on sign seal.
Edmonton will win that series.
If
Edmonton doesn't win that series, I'd be shocked.
Welch said Dallas will be sneaky tough to beat. 100%. If they get past the problem is they're matched up with Colorado. If they can get past the Avalanche and get into open water, so to speak, they're going to be an incredibly tough out. I love that Dallas team. They were my Stanley Cup pick last year. And they added Rantanen, which we haven't even mentioned yet. The fact that Colorado traded Rantanen, which to him was a blindside, sends him to Carolina. He goes, nope, don't want to be here. I'm not re-signing here. And then
don't blame him.
Now he gets to, on his team, they signed him an 8-year extension. Like, he's the guy in Dallas, and now he gets to go to Colorado first round. He's either gonna have the series of his life or he's gonna disappear.
That is the hardest path to the Stanley Cup.
The hardest.
That side of the bracket. Because you have likely Winnipeg coming out of that St. Louis series. And if you don't have Winnipeg, you have St. Louis. And, like, I don't want to discount what they've done. They've been pretty consistent. They're pretty solid.
If they run into the Avalanche or the Stars, they're going to get buzzsawed.
Binnington can be a game changer. He can be. If he is hot, he is real tough to solve. You've got 3 goalies on that side. You got Otter, who can be a game changer. You got Binner, who's a solid. Binnington's a solid goaltender, and then you've got Hellebuck, who's the likely Vezina winner. In the 4, there are 4 teams in there. Colorado's the other team, and it's like good luck betting against McKinnon and Makar. What are you supposed to? You're supposed to say Colorado's out in 5. What are we talking about
Also,
here?
don't forget they added Coyle and Brock Nelson.
Yes, that's the hardest bracket. That's the hardest section of this entire thing because you are discounting someone. Someone is going to surprise there. It's hard.
Jim said 10 teams between plus 800 and plus 1100 to win the cup.
No big favorites. No.
That's playoff
That's
hockey,
crazy.
baby. Like this sport is always the most wide open. Playoff time comes, anything can happen. We always, that's the cliche. This year especially, like anything could fucking happen. Any first round matchup can go either way, except the Devils. Sorry, guys. And I don't know. It's gonna be a crazy playoffs.
The only matchup I didn't say anything about is Las Vegas and Minnesota. I think Vegas beats Minnesota.
I do too.
And I think then it's like a rematch
Unfortunately,
of
because
Vegas.
Kaprizov is a top 5 player in the league. Close to it
So
if he's not.
our potential second round matchups in the West are Winnipeg versus either Dallas or Colorado, which is like elite.
Banger.
Or
Also, if you're
and
Winnipeg, you're like, fuck. I did all
and
this
then
work just to run into Colorado and Dallas in the second round.
and if we're right, it's going to be Las Vegas versus Edmonton in the second round. Like, tell me those aren't like elite matchups.
Those are bangers. I hope if we get any combination of those series, I hope it goes 7.
That's legit the most entertaining possible hockey.
All this
I think
playoff
the most
hockey
fun
talk's
series
got me back a little bit.
all the only series I'm looking forward to watching in the East is my own teams. I'm happy that Montreal made it in. I have
I don't give a
no
fuck about the East. I might not watch a single game. If we didn't do this show, I wouldn't watch a single game of the East playoffs.
they're so
I don't want
boring.
to see them at all. I'm good. I'll watch
want to see some
basketball those days.
I want to see Lane Hudson dancing around people and demi goals in the playoffs. Give me all the Demidovs. All right, let's move on to baseball, and then we got to get a Stone Stories in before you go half ounce half.
In between, real quick, just because while I was on the topic of NBA playoffs, Trae Young, what are we doing? He's still at 26 points. I think he had 6 assists, but holy fuck, man. You're down 20 points in a play-in game and you're going to get ejected. Throws the ball at the ref. The fucking ref immediately went for the tee. Trae says something like crosses him. It was a disaster. If I'm a Hawks fan, I'm like, what was that? You're supposed to be the leader of our franchise. You're an MVP caliber player. You went averaged like 26 and 12 this year. Those are crazy numbers. And that's how you act because of the refs in a playoff game. Like, fuck out of here. A game you weren't favored to win. Also, Orlando, you don't want Boston. Teams keep chanting that. Keep chanting that. Every time it fucking happens, how does it end up?
It's stupid.
We'll see you Sunday.
Dear every team ever that is wanting to win a playoff or play-in series, don't chant you want the other team. That's dumb. This is dumb.
Dumb. Oh, like the defending champions who have been shit on the entire... Like, Jason Tatum needed more motivation.
Why would you give them bulletin board material? Belichick would never.
Never.
This would never happen.
Never.
You think you're going to get the...
Joe Mazzulla would never.
No, I still remember that. Was it the Broncos? They had that corner who was talking like Tom Brady's shit, and then he like picked on him for like 4
the whole
straight
game. Yeah, just touchdown.
Keep talking. This is what you don't give teams motivation. You don't need to give teams extra
Tom
motivation.
Brady. You just keep your mouth shut and let him. Maybe he'll fuck up. Maybe he's on an off day today. You do not give him motivation. LeBron James, do not give him motivation. Like any of those top high-end athletes, you just cannot give them any fuel.
It's not just athletes.
Did you watch The Last Dance?
Do you know what happens with quality organizations? They're well coached and they have good people back there saying, listen, they're going to be really motivated and we want to beat them and we're going to kick their ass, but like, don't say anything. Don't say anything.
Michael Jordan was making up stories to give him just a little bit extra motivation to get out there and absolutely annihilate somebody.
We got a Dallas winning the cup in chat.
Shout out. I think so, fucking, if they do, a year too late, in my humble opinion, but I like
Phelps is
Dallas.
financially invested. I don't hate Dallas at all. I think they're a great team.
Yeah, I
They're
think they
like
are. And
stacked.
with
They're
Rantanen now
super
too,
stacked.
like fuck.
Rantanen and Otter sells me on Dallas.
They were
Plus
like
Robinson.
almost a year from blowing it up, and now they're like they just bought themselves into a fat window.
No, they're in a great spot right now, and the West is absolutely takeable. It is the most competitive side of the cup. Not even close.
Not even close. Those
Not
West
even
games are
close.
going to be bangers, all of them.
Yeah. Get your coffee out, ready to stay up late, boys. It's going to be a good one. You want
Baseball?
to move to? You want baseball? Or you want to talk F1 real quick before we move baseball?
Oh, let's do it. Fucking McLaren is dominating. I don't.
Oscar
Do they have a
Piastri.
max problem? I do not think so.
No.
Car's
Oscar
not good
looked
enough.
real good out there. Oscar looked real good out there.
I'm buying more and more Max to Mercedes.
Why not?
Car looks better. You have no Newey. It's a fucking disaster between internally.
My
Why
two
would you
favorite
stay?
things that have happened.
Car's not
Two
competitive.
favorite things that happened this F1 season so far are that Oscar Piastri is threatening to be the driver one for McLaren by
Especially
outpacing
if they're
Lando.
if the McLaren is this much better than all the other cars and it's just a two-man race for the championship, that room is going to get real cold real quick.
Yeah. And my other favorite thing is George Russell just like casually landing on the podium every time. He's just like George Russell's just out for a Sunday drive. Just like he's like, I'm gonna go out. Also, I owe an apology to Kimi Antonelli. He's been electric. He's been
Yeah,
real good.
he's real good.
Yeah. Not a great race last race, but he's been real good.
It's like sixth in points right now.
Yeah. George
Also, I
Russell,
love
just
that Bahrain track. I don't know what it is.
it's a good time.
I
That's
like
why.
it.
It's at night. Bahrain. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's a good time.
Welch, if I tried to break a board, my hand would shatter into a bajillion pieces. It would look like a fucking buckshot with the X-ray.
We don't do that. I need a co-host.
I could
My
talk with
amigos.
my hands broken. My real job would not enjoy me at all. They would be like, "What did
No.
you do?"
I was doing karate in my basement.
Yeah.
Now I can't work. All right, let's talk baseball. Would you like to start with Jorge Lopez?
Yeah, let's do it.
Uh,
If for anyone that
ejected.
doesn't know, Jorge Lopez, pitcher for the Nationals. Also, I know he played for the Mets. Is this the same guy that had the episode with the Mets last year?
He might have been.
I'm pretty sure it's that guy. Or like threw his glove or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
He was
think
on
it's
the
the
Mets
same
last.
guy. Anyway, he has been horrible for the Braves this year. They're playing the Nationals. Excuse me, Jesus. The
Yeah.
Nationals are playing the Pirates last night. Lopez loses a pitch, smashes Andrew McCutcheon in the head. Pirates crowd. If there's anyone you don't hit at PNC Park, it's Andrew McCutcheon.
Gotcha.
Crowd was not happy. Benches cleared pretty quickly. Tommy Pham was restrained by O'Neill Cruz with a bat.
Fool. Absolute
Tommy
fool.
Pham is an absolute fool. Wild scene. My favorite part of this, he got ejected too. Ejected, suspended 3 games. The Nationals manager was suspended for a game. They declared that he intentionally hit him.
You look
Video
at
to
the
me
pitch. You need
does not look
need to look at
super
the pitch.
intentional. It hits him in the head, which is
No.
egregious, and obviously,
Yeah, you
like
shouldn't hit guys in the head.
it's gonna trigger emotion.
I think you're okay to eject that guy. It's
Yeah.
okay to be like, look, you're out of here.
You're out of here.
I think the suspension is like way
Soft.
over the line here. We can't accidentally hit a guy. We can't throw the ball poorly. Like it didn't even look like he was and I said this before we went on air. If you're throwing at a guy intentionally, you put a little extra mustard on it and you try to get it somewhere where it's going to do like actual damage. You don't go for guys' heads. No one is throwing intentionally at heads. You're throwing at like middle back or like around the ribs where it's going to hurt, or maybe like elbow. You want
Watch
him
a
to
Pedro
feel it.
Martinez start.
Yeah. It's not that hard to hit a guy. It's pretty easy, in fact, to hit a guy. And usually when it's intentional, you end up behind him. This just felt like a bad pitch. And he probably could have been ejected, and I think I would have been fine with that. Suspension is Super
egregious, super soft. It's insane to me that you are going to suspend a guy in 3 games. Like, even one is crazy. The ejection was enough, in my humble opinion. My
All
favorite
of Pittsburgh
part was
is a mess from pizza man.
Yeah, Jim said crowd at Pittsburgh more like a gathering. Yinzers do not need many people to sound like many people. Those voices carry. But
They do carry.
My favorite part was all the Nationals fans were like, "Have you watched him pitch this year? There's no fucking way that was intentional. There's absolutely no way. His control is
He's
that
just
bad. I saw
Guys,
a comment that
bad.
was like, he got suspended 3 games for not being able to locate a pitch. The fine was deserved too."
Yeah. Or Paul Skeens and Crosby. Crosby had a record year. Too bad the Pens couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
And Skeens will be fine. Skeens still appointment viewing. Pittsburgh needs to figure out what they want to do with that.
Someone needs to swoop in and buy that franchise and
just let him be a Yankee if you're going to do it. Crying out loud. We're gonna go there. Just go there.
I hope they just pay 3 people and that's it. They pay Skeens just ungodly money that they don't have. They start upcharging all their prices. They pay O'Neal Cruz, and they still have that Brian Reynolds contract. And then the rest of the roster's like $2.5 million combined. It's just like high school kids.
There's one division in all of baseball that is currently better than every division that ever existed. That's the NL West.
The NL West.
It's the NL West.
The 4th place team in the NL West would be leading any other division in baseball right now.
It's the 12-7 Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Who have won 5 in a row, by the way.
And Corbin Burns has won like none of them.
Yeah. You got the Padres at 15-4, Dodgers at 14-6, Giants at 13-6, and the D-backs at 12-7. This
Padres are a wagon.
Yeah, Padres are a wagon.
The Dylan Cease move was massive.
Coming for you. They're ready to play. Tatis, he's here.
Raking.
Finally arrived. As long as he doesn't get in a motorcycle crash or, illegally use PEDs, everything will be fine.
Getting to start your season playing at that A's park, though, also helps the home run totals.
Hey, look, just get acclimatized and you'll be fine. Get acclimatized and it's fine.
Rays park
how do you
feel too?
How do you feel about that? Like, those 4 teams are crushing right now.
Crushing it.
And then the Rockies, LOL, the Rock. Someone's got to lose, and it's the Rockies. They've lost 50 games. So.
They should be like Denver. I'm sorry, but we have to move it somewhere else in Colorado just for the team's sake. We can't keep doing this air.
We gotta take.
We haven't had a pitcher under 4.5 ERA in fucking 40 years.
God. Your Red Sox are 500. You're a 500 ball club.
Treading water. Treading water till the bats get hot. I'm watching a ton of Red Sox right now. Pitching has been great. Garrett Crochet is a horse. Every start that he pitches has been must-see so far. I should have a little caveat here. Everyone on the pitching staff has been great so far, except for Tanner Houck. Tanner Houck got lit up in historic fashion the other night by the Tampa Bay Rays of all fucking teams. 12 earned runs in the first inning. Brutal. I turned it on in the 3rd and went, nope, I guess I don't have to watch the Red Sox tonight. It's 14-1 at the top of the 3rd.
What happened to Baltimore?
Fell off a cliff. They have no pitching.
They're going to figure it out.
I'm sure Tao will tell you the same thing. Grayson Rodriguez now has a shoulder issue on top of the elbow injury he's out for right now.
They're going to figure it out? Also, I think you owe a little bit of an apology to my Toronto Blue Jays. Already 11 wins, 2nd in the division. Come on now.
I'll get to them. Jim just reminded me of Dick Fitz. God rest his soul. He's out for a couple weeks. Dick Fitz has been fantastic. That was where I was going with the pitching staff. I will apologize to your Blue Jays a little bit.
Just a little.
I'll give me a minute. The Red Sox right now, pitching is great. Hitting needs to come around. We have 2 guys hitting the baseball. It's Alex Bregman and it's Christian Campbell. Devers is
not Raffy Devers.
He was getting hot, and now he's fallen off a cliff a little bit the last couple days. Wilyer Abreu was the best hitter in baseball for about 10 days, and then that fell off a cliff. Bats were horrific against Toronto. That whole series, your guys' pitching was nasty in the cold, for one. For two, we couldn't hit anything. Starting to get going a little bit against the Rays, but I'm just going to chalk that up to the field. The White Sox series, how do you lose a series to the White Sox in the year of our Lord 2025? That's outrageous. Same vein though. I'm not worried at all. This Red Sox team is still going to be a 90-win team. I think we're in the playoffs because the AL is a fucking shit show. There, 3 teams going into Tuesday had a plus run differential. It was the Yankees, the Tigers, and maybe the Mariners.
The Blue Jays are plus 4.
Oh, maybe it was Toronto actually. Again, that was on Tuesday. But anyway, I'm not worried at all. AL is a shit show. We're gonna make the playoffs. Bats are gonna come around. People panicking in April just should not be watching baseball.
Are you ready for the teams that have a plus differential right now as we speak?
Yes.
It's the Yankees.
Yep.
It's the Blue Jays.
Hit 40 home runs.
It's the Rays.
Yeah, that's who it was actually, because they had
and it's the Tigers.
They had 16 runs against us the night that I saw that graphic get posted.
And it's the Tigers. The Rangers have a negative run differential. They've scored 58 and they've got 71 against. Angels also negative, Mariners negative, Athletics big negative, and Astros also negative. Everybody in the AL West has a negative run differential.
If I had to guess, we've left the most batters on base, most runners on base. Excuse me.
Probably. You're a minus 11.
We've had like 3 or 4 games in the double digits that I've watched.
The Rays are plus 14 right now, which is just crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
We're going to come around. I think the AL East is going to be a lot more competitive than I thought. I was kind of writing off the Blue Jays. 60 wins was what I had them at.
I told you that pitching was a lot better than you thought it was.
It was. Their 5th starter gave us the business. He had like 8 Ks.
Old Basset Hound.
No, fucking
Luke's.
Yeah, Easton Lucas or whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah.
That guy was nasty in the cold. He outdueled Garrett Crochet. It was crazy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we sent him down.
You shouldn't have. That guy should be on the roster.
I think he needed to get. He got lit up his next outing, but they've been good. They've had Vladdy finally hit his first home run of the year. Santander's coming around, starting to hit more. They're hitting a lot. They're not hitting for power as much.
Bichette and Guerrero have no home runs.
Bichette has a home run, or Guerrero does. Yeah,
last night. Oh, okay.
Yeah, first one.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Rushed it. Like second.
I was ready to come in here and be like, "Do you guys own a weight room?"
I would not worry about Vladdy hitting home runs. I'm worried about Vladdy hitting anything. Hit for RBIs, get on base, just hit. Everybody is always. We're back to the I hit bombs or nothing era, and I hate that era.
Guys are hitting 220 and getting paid.
Give me
dumb money.
Give me like a 312 hitter who's like, give me Lyle Overbay. Give me like a 295 average, but he hits like 150 doubles a year. Like
prime Mike
give me
Lowell.
that. If you told me that Bo Bichette finishes the year with 15 home runs, but he's a 300 plus average, I'm taking it all day long. All day long. I don't care about the home runs. I care about runs scored. Dingers be damned. If Vladdy doesn't care about dingers right now, he's already got $500 million. What does he need to hit more dingers for?
If I had $500 million, I wouldn't give a fuck about anything.
Just hit the ball. Just get on base and try to win games.
Oh, I'd be doing egregious things with $500 million. Welch said, still weird to see the Stros on the bottom of the AL West. We hit AL East and NL West. Let's just quickly hit the other divisions because I wanted to ask you this when we were talking Dodgers. They got blown out 16-0.
Sure did.
By the Cubs, and then lost again on Sunday Night Baseball because Pete Crow Armstrong and Michael Bush are dogs.
Dog.
How legit are the Cubs, and who do you think are the biggest threats to the Dodgers in the NL? I'm gonna give you some options, maybe blind rank out of the five
Yeah.
I give you.
Yeah, yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
All right, so I got Padres, I got Giants, I've got Cubs, I've got Mets, and I'll give you, because we're all in the NL West, I'll give you Diamondbacks too. So the three NL West teams, Cubs and Mets, just because they're in first. I like the Phillies
Five.
more.
So 5, I'm going to go Mets.
Does it change
I
if I
think.
give you the Phillies?
Yes. Phillies are better.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's so it's Diamondbacks in there,
Yeah.
that'd be 5.
Okay.
If you gave me the Phillies. God. It's like I want to say,
I think the Diamondbacks are more of a threat than the Giants are. I think the Giants are just super hot.
you know
right
what,
now.
you're right. No,
The
no, you're right.
grandson of
You're
the
right.
wind is hitting like 380.
Let's go Giants, D-backs, Phillies, Cubs, Padres.
Okay. I like it.
I don't think the Cubs
I
are
think
as
the
big of a
Cubs are
threat as the
fuck.
Padres.
I think the Cubs are good.
Cubs
I
are
still
real
have the
good.
Padres
I have
over them, but the Cubs are good. Kyle Tucker
If I
makes
gave
that
you the
team
choice.
legit. Justin Steele going down hurts, but I
Yeah.
think they're good enough to tread water.
I think the Padres are the biggest threat to them right now. They're also like tired of being little brother, and I think it would give them the utmost satisfaction on planet Earth to be able to like rub it in their face, like just rub their
They're
nose in it.
probably hell bent on the Dodgers.
100%. Give me the Dodgers in the playoffs. Dodgers Padres in the playoffs again? Yes.
I would
And
shout out my
yes.
buddy Meech. I would need a face cam on him for that entire series. It'd have to be censored, but fuck, would it be? Oh, it'd be prime premium television.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think that's what it is. You got a Stone Stories for us before we get out of here and you
Yeah.
start a half hour?
If you guys like Stone Stories, I have a whole show where it's basically just this. Me and Mark are gonna go live at 9. It was supposed to be 8:15, but he's doing his job. Bullshit. I call bullshit. He messaged.
Absolutely.
I put the time on Twitter, and he messaged me and was like, so." Anyway,
Amazing.
we'll be doing a lot more of this at 9 o'clock. Probably go 45 minutes an hour, 9 to 10. If you're around, come check it out on my channels. Stone Stories tonight. Let's go to. I have a bunch pulled up. I had one that I wanted.
You made
to
us
do.
black again.
No, I didn't. Really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Hold on.
I mean, the screen is black, not that we are black. It's not a racist.
Let's see what I can do here.
There
Are we
it is.
good? We good now?
We back. We back.
Okay. All right. Let's go to. I think this is Kansas City, Portland, Oregon. By the way,
All right.
Portland, Oregon is supposed to be getting an MLB team.
Let's go.
Stepped through the process one today. They got approved. Some financial group got approved or something. Anyway, a man living in Portland, Oregon, in a neighborhood is wondering who is putting gallons of piss in his recycling bin and why. Alex Van Doon said the problem started in September when he noted it is a long time. If this started in September and it's hitting the news now, how many gallons of piss have gone through this guy's recycling bin? He noticed his recycling bin had not been collected, so I go to open the blue bin. Find out why. Lo and behold, there's a nice deposit of gallon-sized bottles of urine, to put it plainly, and there were 6 of them, he said. 6 gallons of piss deposited in this guy's recycling bin. Whoever's doing it, props to them for not just pouring the piss in and reusing the containers. If you're pissing in bottles, I feel like you're the type of guy that would be like, I need to say, I might be able to cash these in for like 5 cents. The recycling hauler refused to take the bin's contents because urine is a biohazard. If it had been placed in the garbage bin, it would have been collected. That's crazy. But the mystery man didn't stop and kept dropping bottles of urine in the bin. Eventually, Van Doon stopped putting his bins out on the curb altogether, hoping the assailant would quit. He did, but then he moved on to his neighbor's garbage bins instead. I don't know why he's hitting the same location so many times. That's what doesn't make sense to me, Van Duren said. He's captured surveillance video of the man showing up to his house, getting out of his car, and placing the bottles of urine in the recycling bin. Unfortunately, the videos are grainy and too hard to tell who he is. Listen, brother, if this is this big of a problem in your life, invest in a better camera. A Ring camera is like clear as fuck these days. What are you setting up that you can't? You can see him pulling up, getting out of the car.
How many gallons did you say?
6 the first time he saw it in there.
You pee a half gallon a day if you're like a healthy male adult.
Okay, that sounds about right. I feel like I piss about a half gallon a day, maybe a little more.
So it's about a half gallon a day. So 6 gallons would be
saving
12.
It up.
That's like almost 2 weeks worth of urine. Like that, or he's just drinking water, just like straight water all the time.
Van Dunen has shared his ordeal in the Nextdoor app, where neighbors have flooded the post with theories as to the reason behind it all. But even with multiple theories, Van Dunen still does not know why. He started putting his bins back out again, after a couple weeks of not having them out the night before, and putting them in a different position just to see if he could get a better video of them. Guy pisses in those too. Still not on the camera. His message to the man through this this news channel was, maybe he's watching. I don't know. Please stop. Please, just don't do it anymore.
Don't do it.
It's a lot of pee. This guy's really pissing me off, he said, which is a fantastic choice of words.
It's a great choice of words. Didn't even read.
I like to think that this is only going to uptick, right? Like, he brought this to an outlet. I saw it, and I'm living across the country. There's going to be so much more gallons of pee in this guy's recycling bin. He's going to have to move.
Other people? Like, other people are going to get, like, he's collecting other
Some teenager's going to be like, I know that guy lives on my street. Do you guys want to piss in a bunch of jugs and go put them in his recycling bin? He's going to think the guy's back. That sounds like good teenage fun.
Copycat urinators.
Yeah, 100%. You're never going to know who it is. Oh, if only you could test it.
Only you could test it. All right, that does it for us tonight. Dubs has got about 35 seconds.
No, we're going later. Anyway,
okay.
Sorry, I have one more thing.
Yeah,
I also picture that this is like a community thing where this guy sucks. He's the worst. And they've all gotten together and they're like, how do you think we can get fucking Mr. Moses' lawn at 5 a.m.? We all piss in his recycling bin. And they're like, that just might work. And they all just meet up like at the water cooler. They're just like, hey, yeah, you filling up piss for fucking Van Dunen down the street? You gotta
watch out for that stuff. Because I don't know if you've ever seen Fear Thy Neighbor, but you should watch Fear Thy Neighbor. That's all these stories where they're like, it was just like harmless fun, and then someone usually ends up murdered. So like, I'm just saying, like, it's all fun and games until someone gets a shotty. So
Welch said this guy's going to now be the drop-off location for canned piss for the greater Portland area. Canned piss. Something about it being in a can makes it worse. I'd rather it be bottled.
No, he's going to take it to like a cannery. I need this liquid.
Oh, he's resealing them?
Yeah, no questions asked. It's going to be phenomenal.
Reeks.
Yeah, it stinks.
I would have loved to see his face the second he opened his recycling bin. Is that piss? It reeks like piss in there.
That's what it kind of feels like. All right, we're gonna get out of here. Dubs has got to get ready for the next show.
Yeah, I'll be live in about 45, 50 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, go take a break. Don't forget to catch Dubs on Twitch playing Schedule 1. If you don't know what Schedule 1 is, you're missing out. You are missing out. Go watch him. I'm not saying anything. Don't say anything about it. Everybody go watch him on Twitch. Show him some love. Give him that follow. Make sure he gets to his affiliate and beyond.
Lots of pirating to be done too.
And then we'll be back next week. Dubs riding potentially solo, maybe with Mark. And then I'll be live at the draft. So
it's either going to be a solo reading of the Joker notebook, or it's going to be just a normal sports show.
Dubs, I'm Armchair. We'll see you next week on Great North Sports.